for that. Anyway, I turn you over to the candidate, hopefully our next council member, Greg Sharp.
Thank you very much, Larry, for those kind words, and thank you all for coming today. It's a real honor serving as a council member and as a former mayor of Palo Alto. This is the most, I said, this is the most amazing city in the world, really. We have everything here, and the quality of life is fantastic. And I understand why some people get concerned, because it is such a fantastic quality of life. So I wanted to start off by thanking you all for coming, and I wanted to, thank my family for coming. My daughter Laura over here. My wife is here somewhere. There's my wife, Dorit. There's my son Jason over there, and my daughter Emily is hiding somewhere. Where is my daughter Emily? Over there. All right. And then I have some extended family that are here as well. My father-in-law, as well as my brother-in-law and their family. So I appreciate all of your support. It means a lot to me. And I also wanted to say that I'm really humbled and honored to be supported by so many people here. That when I've asked people for their endorsements, without hesitation, almost everyone has given it to me. And that's really something I got to say you feel honored about. Melissa, thank you very much for your endorsement. And I'll say that every single school board member has endorsed me. I feel really good about that, because our schools are so important to this community. Obviously, I wanted to thank Senator Hill, Assemblyman Rich Gordon, and Supervisor Joe Simidian for his support and for coming. Supervisor Simidian will be speaking after me. And again, to Ralph and Jackie for opening their home today and providing such a wonderful venue for this event. So I also wanted to take a moment to thank Annette Glankoff and Sherry Furman. Annette and Sherry, you guys are in it. And I want to say Annette looks particularly dapper today with the hat over there. I wanted to thank them for their support, and both of them for endorsing me. I really appreciated it. And I also want to take a moment to recognize my current council colleagues who are here today. Pat Burt. I saw Karen Holman. I'm not sure where Karen is today. I saw Karen over there, and Nancy Shepard. And I think
Mark Berman's behind you.
Oh, and Mark Berman behind me.
Hey.
Hey, Mark. I think that's it. I don't think I missed. Did I miss anyone?
Thanks,
Liz. Vice Mayor Liz. There we are. How could I forget?
My light under a bushel back here, right?
So thank you all for attending. And then I also want to recognize all of our, former elected officials that are here. There's Vicar Jackian, Susie Richardson. I saw her somewhere. So if you could just raise your hand if there are other ones that I'm missing. Melissa, I said. It's actually hard. Walt Hayes, you were a former elected official. And then I also wanted to, recognize the other council candidates who are here today. Just point them out. There's Corey Walbach over there. AC is somewhere here. I saw him. AC was over there. Mark Weiss, I saw you, Mark, somewhere. Mark's over there. And Tom Du Bois, saw Tom. Karen Holman. I already mentioned Karen. But if I did anyone else, oh, Lydia. Lydia Crew. Welcome, Lydia.
Nancy's running again.
And Nancy. I said Nancy. I said Nancy.
You can say it again.
I'll say it again. And I also want to thank Ada's Cafe, who will be opening in Mitchell Park shortly. That's right. I wanted a big round of applause for Ada. They've done a fantastic job today, I think. So, why I'm running for re-election. I'm running for re-election for the opportunity, really, to finish what we started. As Larry talked about the IBRIC process, it's been a long haul on infrastructure, and I've really cared about infrastructure. And we have a plan to fund infrastructure issues. We're going to take care of this stuff, but I want to see it through. I really do. We're so close. The final piece being the ballot measure, as Larry said, and that's really something that excites me, and I'm glad we're going to take care of it. What's important to me and what's been important over the last 5 years, I would say, is fiscal responsibility, pension and benefit reform, environmental sustainability, and solving the parking and transportation issues. And I got to say, I also am alarmed by the parking and transportation issues. And we are working hard on this. And just like we brought things to bear on fiscal responsibility and sustainability, we will solve these problems. We will make them happen. We will get it done. So the other thing I wanted to say was, who felt the earthquake this morning?
Yep.
Right? I did too. I'd say about half the people, right? My kids slept through it. They were all disappointed. You know, talking about infrastructure, the public safety building in Palo Alto is really not safe seismically and needs to be replaced. And this has been an issue, Vic, since you were on the council and other people. Council after council has tried to solve this problem. We are very close. We actually have a funding plan. All we need is the land, frankly, and the focus to see it through. And that's one of the things I'm running to do, is to make sure we maintain the focus on issues like that and we get a public safety building built. And I have seen no reason why we can't if we put the effort and the time into it. But it is going to take effort and time. We could lose focus if we argue about where it goes too long, we don't buy the land, construction costs go up, and things just drift. So it's really important, in my view, that we do that. I also wanted to just sort of reflect back again 5 years ago when I ran for council. When I ran for council, our streets were in disrepair, and there was really no plan to address the aging infrastructure. Pension and benefit costs were out of control. Retail vacancy was roughly around 15% in our downtown. Our budget was a sea of red ink for as far as you could see in the future. You know, and lots of city services were on the chopping block. As Councilmember Burt will often point out and say, we doubled street paving. And that's really something that's important. Our streets are moving in the direction of, frankly, being really good streets, some of the best in Northern California. And that's where we're going to be. We have also instituted pension and benefit reform. Downtown is booming. We have tremendous budget surpluses, as well as 100% carbon neutral electricity with no rate increases, and we're still 25% below PG&E. That's a huge accomplishment. And the other thing I want to remind people, because it's easy to forget, is when we were looking at those issues back in 2010, so many city programs were on the chopping block. And we worked through this as a council. This is really the whole council that deserves credit for that. We didn't cut city services. Instead, we cut $13, $14 million out of the budget. We restructured things. We sent things out. We did all sorts of different things. We did pension and benefit reform. And we got the situation where now we have surpluses. And yes, the economy plays a big role in that. But those surpluses came because we set it up correctly. And now, as far as you can see, the situation's reserved. We have surpluses going out. So there was one quote I wanted to use and just point out that I'm sort of proud of. So the Weekly said about me on January 11th, just after I was elected mayor, the Palo Alto Weekly described me as follows. It said, he has emerged as one of the council's most confident and assertive voices, taking a leading role in the city's effort to curtail the rising costs of pension benefits. And I want to say that was something I felt really proud of. I think we really have made good structural changes in both pension and benefit reform. Now, we have started to address the traffic and parking issues, and just as I said, we tackled those issues 5 years ago. We're going to tackle those issues. Palo Alto continues to experience lots of pressures for change. But it's how you manage that change. It's how you manage those pressures. That's what counts. And I really want to be reelected so that I can work on those and make sure that we have a great community and that we keep it this way. So thank you very much. Thanks all for coming. I really appreciate it. And now I'm going to introduce former school board member, former mayor, former state senator, and now supervisor again, Joe Simitian.